will fall. I see the whole world. I don't wanna stop. Tell me I'm yours.
Hey everyone, it's Sammy. I'm going to do the Lara Stone for Prada, for the Prada perfumes look next. I bleached my eyebrows. I kind of want to try out a couple of looks of the bleached eyebrow, really strong eye makeup. So this is the first one. It's actually a lot simpler to do than it looks. It is a smoky eye, but it's kind of a lightened up version because there is nothing on the inner corner of the eye. Oh well, there's very light white eyeshadow, but so it doesn't seem as heavy as if I had lined my whole eye. So I'm gonna go and take off all the black eyeshadow, and I'll be back in a second. So I've already primed my face, and I'm going to use a foundation a couple of shades lighter than I am. I'm a C3, and I'm going to use MAC C1 Face and Body Foundation because I want to lighten my skin tone up a little bit. So I just put some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use the MAC 190 brush and just put it all over. Just adjust my mirror a little bit. As you can see, it is lighter than my current skin tone. And then I buff it in with a MAC 187. Now the areas where I have a little bit more redness, like here on the top of my cheek, I just essentially, I'm going to do a second layer of foundation. Also my chin, lots of women tend to get discoloration around their chin. I think it's hormonal. Then I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. I'm using a Dermacolor mini palette, and this is fantastic. This is in light. You can buy it at pro shops like Screen Face, but it kind of, I mean, it's great. I've got 3 of these because I need to use them kind of on people with tons of different skin tones. But even for yourself, because your skin tone and color changes throughout the year, sometimes throughout the month. So I'm going to use, instead of using my normal color, which is this one, I'm going to use a lighter one, which is the D62. I'm just literally applying it with my fingers. You could do this with your fingers, or use a brush and then kind of blend it with your finger or sponge. I'm just essentially doing this to be quick. Under the eyes, I am going to use my Makeup Forever HD concealer in 315. This product is really, really fantastic. It gives excellent coverage, but it's still super light. And really get to the inside corner of the eye as well, because the look we're doing kind of has a super light inner corner of the eye. Then I'm going to powder. I'm going to use, this is one of my new loves. This is Le Prisme by Givenchy, and it's beautiful. I love the packaging, it's gorgeous. And it kind of, oh, the mirror is a bit rough. It has four, as it's a square, different shades of powders, and you can kind of mix them up or just use all of them together. And then it has a little cute door, let me see if I can get it open, with a brush inside for kind of traveling purposes. I'm not going to use that one right now. I'm just going to use my normal powder brush. So just powder all over. It isn't kind of a dewy look, it's quite matte, so just be liberal with the powder. I'm also going to go under my eyes. I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown eye blender brush, And actually for under the eyes, I'm just going to use kind of the pink and the light one mixed together. We're going to start the eyes. It is actually a lot simpler. The look is a lot simpler to do than it looks. So I'm just going to start with a Paintpot. I'm going to apply Painterly all over my lid. I'm just using my finger. You can use a brush for this if you want, but you don't need to. I am then going to use MAC Vanilla and MAC Yogurt, both. So I'm just going to use Vanilla, which looks exactly the same as yogurt in these lights. Essentially, two different kind of light shades. I'm going to use Vanilla in the inner corner of the eye, really getting it onto the kind of bridge of the nose here. And just under the lash line as well. This kind of, these two layers, the Painterly and this, will give the makeup so much staying power. Then I'm going to use Yogurt, which is just, it's a colder light shade, and I'm just going to use that on the rest of the lid. So I'm going to use Shale, that one, and I'm just going to start drawing the shape of the shadow that we're going to do. Now, the inside corner is completely nude here in the ad that I'm kind of following for this look. So I'm using this shade, even though the look is really dark. I would like to use a slightly lighter shade to draw the initial shape. It's going to be a lot easier to correct. So the idea is that we're kind of going to draw a very wide-eyed smoky eye, and because the inside of the eye on both eyes is nude, it kind of draws the eyes further apart. And I'm also kind of elongating the eye in the outer corner here and applying the color to the lid as well. I'm kind of going to apply this about 2/3 of the way in, I guess. And then I'm just going to blend with my MAC 224. I'm using a black Paintpot because I want the depth, and when you do layers of kind of creamy and powdery, you get a completely different type of depth than if you put cream on cream or powder on powder. So I'm going to use a MAC 239 brush, and I'm going to apply this literally just where we kind of drew the shape. And you kind of have to work it in a bit. And just check the shape every once in a while. And I'm going to use the MAC 217 to blend that out really well. I'm then going to pick up some MAC print, which is quite like a medium grey, and I'm going to use the same blending brush, and I'm just going to apply it on top of that Paintpot and blend it in really well. And I'm kind of blending it towards the inner corner of the eye, but not actually ever going to the very inner corner. And then under the eye too. Blend the shadow really, really well. I'm then going to take a little bit of yogurt, and this is the MAC 227 brush, and I'm just going to put it here on the brow bone. This shadow is completely matte. So it's not, it's adding a highlight because it's a lighter shade, but it's not really highlighting the area too much. I'm going to do the same to the other eye, so kind of just using an Eve Pearl liquid liner in black. And I'm not going very far towards the inner corner, and I'm just using a 239 brush. This still has a little bit of the eyeshadow left on it, so I just dab it on the, I just smudge the line, and then I'm going to take that to the lower lash line as well, but don't take the line all the way to the inner corner of the eye. You need to kind of stop short so that it makes sense. And let me just close that before it dries out. I'll curl my lashes. And I'm going to use a MAC Zoomlash, and I'm going to put on 2 or 3 coats. And I'll just let the mascara dry, line the other eye, and I'll be back in a sec. So just check to see if there's any kind of fallout from the eyeshadow. Just use your powder and your powder brush to get rid of that. Now I'm not actually going to put any blush on at all, and also I'm going to blank out my lips. So I am using a lip erase balm by MAC. This is actually one of their special edition D-squared ones, but the normal one is just fine as well. And I'm just going to use my finger and apply it like lip balm. Now if you don't have lip erase, you could just use a concealer that's kind of in the same color as your skin. I'm just going to add a little bit of MAC Peachstock, which is a very light peachy color, and I'm literally just going to dab it on my lips. The only reason why I'm adding this is it kind of just gives a slightly, you keep your nude, your lips nude. It just adds an ever so slightly warmer tone. Now, you can kind of tell, I hope, from this video that since I've done a really strong smoky eye, but because the inside corners are kind of nude, it's really kind of made my eyes look wider apart, and that kind of in general makes you look more innocent. So it's a combination of a smoky eye that's innocent but bad girl, I guess, at the same time. So I hope you like the look. It's actually a lot simpler to do than it looks in the ad, so you should try it out as well. And thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.